after today's lesson, you will never see the C chord the same ever again, because I'm going to show you some really cool things that you're going to be able to do with it using the C major scale. Alright, so for today's lesson, you need to know 4 chords. Alright, you need to know a C chord, an A minor chord, an F chord, but don't worry, it's not like the full F. You'll need to be able to play an F major 7, which is 1, 3, 5 from the B string. And the high E you can play open. Alright? This is a great way to get around about the F chord if you can't play bar chords yet. Alright, this works 9 times out of 10, so if you don't know this already, then you're welcome. Alright, this really helps when you're struggling with those bar chords, alright? And the chord actually sounds really nice. Alright, I tend to play this a lot of times instead of normal F because I like the way it sounds. Okay, so we've got a C, A minor, F, and a G. And I'm going to show you something pretty cool that you can do with this G chord as well. Alright, but the foundation of this lesson is this little lick. Alright? And this comes from the C major scale. Alright, so the C major scale, if you had to play it from the high E, you would go like this. You would have 8, 7, 5, 3, 1, 0. Climbing up the string now. 3, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 2, 0. Alright? But you don't need to know all that. It's good to have an awareness of that and where these notes come from. But we're just going to concern ourselves with these notes. We're going to go 3, 1, 0, 3, 1, 0, 2, 0. And you want to practice that lick first. You want to practice it with these fingers. Your index, sorry, your third finger and your index. 3, 1, 0, 3, 1, 0, 2, 0. You also want to practice it with your pinky. Here, right? Because when we play a C chord, we're going to have to use our pinky. Alright? But it's very good practice. So make sure you've got that under your belt before we move on. So the first exercise, right? The first level of this is just adding that in to our chord progression, alright? And depending on what chord I'm in, I'm going to start with either my pinky or my third finger here. Alright, so let's have a little go at that. I'm going to play each chord twice. I'm going to play F once actually. G. And that's it. Now you don't need to go fast, right? Practice this really slow at the start and get your fingers at the muscle memory dialed in first. Right? And what I want to do as well is, for each chord, I want to aim for the bass note, right? And we just need to do one strum. Bass note, strum, lick. A minor, it would be the A string, bass note, strum. Again, I'm using my pinky. Bass note, strum, and then F. Bass note, I'm just going to get the D string here, strum, G, index finger, third finger, sorry. Alright, and that's the first level of this. So we can really spice that up a little bit more by adding a couple of minor embellishments to that lick. Now this is completely optional, but I think it adds a little bit of sass to the lick. Alright, it's subtle, but you know, I think it definitely makes a difference. Let's hear if you can hear what I'm doing here. Here. Alright. So, hopefully you picked up on that, but basically what I'm doing, 2 things, right? I'm raking into that first note, and then when I get to this note, I'm pulling it off. And that's it. So let's just walk through the two things, alright? So the first thing is I'm raking into that note, and there's two ways you can do this. There's an easy way and a hard way. First of all, you can just strum into it, okay? Now, a rake is basically when you're just raking down those notes into a note, alright? Like this. Alright? Alright? So basically just strumming down into the note. The more advanced way to do it is to actually mute the strings. Alright, now I'll be honest with you, I had to really think about what I was doing here when I'm muting the strings, because consciously, and I guess it just comes with, you know, experience and time of playing, I just think I want to mute the strings and my fingers tend to do it. But what is happening is, right, I'm flattening my fingers over the strings here, right? And sometimes you only need to do this with one finger or two fingers, but I'm just taking the whole C chord here, and I'm releasing pressure, and I'm flattening them over the strings. If I put my pinky on, it's just that note you hear. Release pressure, flatten over. Alright, and then the same with A minor. So it's a little bit more of an advanced technique. Again, if that's too hard, don't worry about it. You can do the original lick, or you can just strum into it. Still sounds really good. And the second thing is that pull off here. So when you get to this note here on 1 and the B, you get it once and then you pull it off. And again, you just want to keep the pressure down on your finger, like it's sticking to the fretboard, then pulling it off, alright? You want to do it pretty fast if you can. Alright. So that leaves us with two chords after that. We have the F chord and the G chord. Now what I'm going to do here, instead of playing the lick again, I'm just going to add my pinky in. Like that, alright? I'm going to strum down. Down, 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 and then on the upstroke, I'm going to add my pinky on to the G string. And then for the G chord, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to move this chord up 2 frets, and believe it or not, guys, this makes a G chord, alright? And I'm going to do the same thing. Add my pinky onto that, to the 5th fret this time of the G. Okay, so again, this is a great way to get into a G chord, especially if you're playing an F. F, G, C. After you've done all the practice, you've got the muscle memory dialed right in to your fingertips, then you should have something that sounds a little something like this. Alright, and that's it. Alright, so a lot to take away from that. And again, this is really a roadmap more than anything else of different things you can do when you're playing in the key of C. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I hope you got a lot from it. And yeah, take it easy, and I'll see you soon with the next lesson.